All right, so we're diving into something really cool today. It's called 13Z, and
yeah, 13Z.
it's got everyone talking like this could be the next big indie hit.
It could be huge.
Yeah, and thankfully, Mike Holmes over at Rogueliker, he got into the Global Playtest.
Lucky him.
Right, and he put out a review. So, we got to break this down for you guys, see what's what.
Absolutely, because this one, it's got that Hades meets Devil May Cry kind of vibe,
Yes, with a little Chinese mythology sprinkled in.
I'm all about that.
Who isn't? Right. Okay, so the whole thing is you're fighting to become, get this, the 13th Zodiac.
Ambitious.
Right. Like, how cool is that?
Very cool.
But, okay, let's back up for a sec. For those who are like, roguelite, what's that? Well, basically, imagine this. You've got these tough levels, right? You're battling through, you die, but that's okay. Death is just part of the fun in this genre.
It's a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. You come back stronger, a bit wiser. You learn from each run. It's that whole death loop thing.
And what Mike really digs about 13Z is they take that core roguelite loop, but they crank up the action, like way up.
Oh, yeah, he was gushing about the combat. Said it felt like Devil May Cry. Fast, stylish, all about those combos.
Which makes sense, right? You're not just surviving these trials, you're embodying these animal spirits, each with their own whole moveset. So far, we know Fox, Raven, Panda.
The trifecta?
Right. But there's got to be more, right? What were the other ones?
3 more we don't know about yet.
Oh, man, the possibilities. So you could be zipping around as a fox, all lightning fast. Or maybe you like that, heavy hitter vibe.
The Panda.
Exactly. Unleashing those devastating combos.
And speaking of combos, Mike mentions how the fox can, get this, juggle enemies.
Oh, no, for real?
Yeah. With its secondary attack, launches them into the air, then you can just go to town.
It's giving old school beat 'em up vibes. Love it.
I do. And it gets even better. So each time you die, you go back to this village hub, right? That's where the real roguelite progression kicks in.
Okay, break it down for us.
So you unlock abilities, upgrades, all that good stuff, but it's tailored to your animal. Like you're not just getting stronger, you're customizing your playstyle,
And Mike was saying the Village Hub already has pages and pages of unlocks, even in this early build.
Yeah, and that really stood out to me too, because it shows they're thinking long term. It's not just about those quick power boosts. This is about really sinking your teeth into a character and making it your own.
And that's where it gets really interesting because you've got these cool moves, right? But there's strategy too. Like Mike mentions the Fox's special attack sounds super powerful, but it's got a cooldown timer.
Oh, so you can't just spam it.
Exactly. Got to make those choices. Do you use it right away or save it for the perfect moment?
Ugh. See, that's what gets me so hyped about these games, the strategy. It's not just about being flashy with combos. You gotta think, gotta plan.
For sure. And we haven't even talked about co-op yet. Imagine 4 players.
Oh, man.
Each with their own animal, their own upgrades, coordinating those attacks.
That could be insane.
Mike mentioned a 4-player mode. Yeah, he just teased it, but I'm already picturing the chaos. 4 players, all those abilities going off at once. Could be amazing, could be a disaster, who knows?
Right. How do you even balance that?
Tough one. Make it too easy and it's no fun.
Yeah.
But too hard and it's like one player messes up and ruins it for everyone.
True. But even if the co-op ends up being a total mess, honestly, I'm still so down for this game. Everything else just sounds so good.
Right. And keep in mind, this is all early stuff.
Playtest, yeah.
Mike even mentioned more biomes coming, more bosses, maybe even...
More animals?
He didn't say. But a guy can dream.
Seriously. The possibilities. I mean, he mentioned ethereal blades, flaming orbs, all that good stuff. It's like those in-run upgrades, those are huge for keeping things fresh.
Totally. Each run feels different,
And then you go back to the village, more permanent upgrades. Gotta love that. It's like rewarding you no matter what, whether you're crushing it or barely surviving.
Best of both worlds. Quick rewards, long-term progression. That's what hooks you, keeps you coming back for more. That's what roguelites are all about. But we've talked a lot about gameplay. What about the look, the feel? Mike didn't say too much about the visuals, but...
He mentioned those floating islands.
Oh, right.
The trials take place on these floating islands in the sky.
Man, I hadn't even pictured that. That's got potential.
Right. Visually, if they nail that, it could be stunning.
Totally. And with the whole Chinese mythology thing, oh, man, the colors, the architecture, imagine if they go all out with that.
Yeah. And those upgrades, right. What if they played into that aesthetic, too? Imagine if those ethereal blades Mike talked about, what if they weren't just, a damage boost, but they actually changed how your attacks looked.
Oh, see, now you're talking.
Right. Some cool visual effects or...
Okay, yeah, like imagine you activate the ethereal blades and suddenly your attacks have these glowing trails or something.
Yes. It's like, I'm already getting hyped just thinking about it. Those epic battles happening on these gorgeous floating islands, and I'm like, some badass panda warrior just wrecking shop.
With glowing ethereal panda claws.
Exactly. Don't forget the co-op, too. Like, can you imagine 4 players all going nuts with their unique looks and abilities?
It'd be a visual feast for sure. Although, gotta say, I am a little worried about the co-op balance.
Oh, for sure. It's tricky.
Easy to go overboard, you know, too much chaos, or it ends up way too easy because you've got 4 people.
Right, right. It's a delicate balance. But honestly, even if the co-op is a complete disaster, I'm still so there for this game.
Same, dude, same. And like we said, this is all early days.
Totally.
Just a taste.
Mike emphasized that, like, this playtest, it's just a small slice. There's so much more to come.
Oh, yeah, he was teasing new biomes, new bosses.
Maybe even more animal spirits.
Don't even get me started. The possibilities, I can't even. But, okay, for our listeners who are like, enough talk, I'm sold, you can jump into the 13Z Global Playtest right now. It's on Steam.
Go check it out.
Just a heads up, though, it is early access. So, you know, things might change, things might break.
That's part of the fun.
Exactly. You're on the ground floor. You get to see how this thing evolves. And who knows, maybe your feedback could actually shape the game. Speaking of which, I'm dying to know, what animal spirit calls to you? Like, if you had to pick one right now.
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
It is, isn't it?
It's like picking a favorite child. But yeah, listeners, let us know. Hit us up on social media. What animal are you most hyped for in 13Z? How are you going to conquer those celestial trials? We want to hear all about it. But for now, gotta say, 13Z, it's looking like a real contender.
Totally agree. It's got that roguelike goodness we crave, but with the action cranked up to 11 and that Chinese mythology twist. Genius.
So good. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this deep dive. Be sure to join us next time for more gaming goodness. Until then, game on.